All right, Vintage Cube is back up, and we're back recording. It was only down for like 2 days. I think they did what they're calling a polish update, so they kind of ran back the same cube. They swapped out like 10 cards or something like that, which I think is a kind of a cool thing to do. So I didn't look at the new list. I don't know what's different here, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look in the draft, I guess. My pop filter did show up in the mail, so hopefully I'm a little bit less clippy on the mic here. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. I got to draft a little bit of cube yesterday in person. Drafted my buddy's all gold cube. Got to play with some new Modern Horizons 3 cards, so that's pretty exciting. What do we got in here? Mind Twist and Balance, both pretty busted Magic cards. I'm personally much more of a fan of Balance as a card than of Mind Twist, but Mind Twist is almost certainly the better of those two cards. Yeah, well, let's go with Mind Twist. I think one of my neighbors is doing some yard work, so hopefully you can't hear that too much through the mic, but if there's some weird feedback, I apologize for that. Alright, now we're basically just shooting for fast mana. Talisman? Name sticker? Interesting. I'm honestly not really sure what you're supposed to do with Name Sticker Goblin in this format, but it does seem like a ritual for our Mind Twist deck, I guess. Let's give that a go. Feeling like doing some broken stuff today. Let's just keep taking mana positive cards until eventually we backdoor into something really messed up. I've never actually played with Name Sticker Goblin online or in paper. Yeah, Reanimate is cool. Yeah, all I know is that they recently, I hesitate to say banned the sticker cards in Legacy, but they are no longer legal in Eternal formats. And I am glad that I don't have to try and bring a sticker deck with me if I want to put Phyrexian Metamorph in my deck or anything like that. Palace Jailer. Second copy of Name Sticker Goblin, perhaps? Palace Jailer is, of course, a supremely messed up Magic card. Cut down is good removal, as it were. I'm gonna try cut down, I think. We're still not stormy enough that I'm super invested in trying to take Seething Song this early. Oliphant, definitely a combo with Reanimate. I can say that for sure. Alana and Elena, definitely a really messed up Magic card. Had that in my cube deck yesterday alongside the, as of yet, not printed Flage, Titan of Fire's Fury, I think it's called. And let me tell you, playing that thing and lightning helixing something and then giving it haste is powerful magic. We have 2 spells for Dreadhorde so far. Shadowy Backstreet is also just pretty powerful. Headliner Scarlet, kind of a crazy top end, but we're not super aggressive yet. I think it's between Unearth and Arcanist for me. And I'm not totally sure, to be honest. I'm going to grab Unearth at the last second here. Badlands goes right in our deck. Blood Crypt versus Arc Trail. Interesting. We've already got the Badlands, so the fetches are online. I think Arc Trail is pretty good in this format. I don't play a ton of Vintage Cube, but I did get totally blown out by that card last time we drafted. Okay. We could spec on Underground Sea. I'm surprised it's here this late, to be honest. Then any black fetch land fixes us for Grixis. It's possible that Prismatic Vista is just safer, but Underground Sea is more powerful than that card in general, I think. Pyrokinesis is back. Free interaction, always good. Creepy Teepee versus Ziatora's Proving Ground versus Magda. We don't have a lot of ways to commit a crime yet. We have like 3, 4. Yeah, maybe Magda's just good enough. I've never played with this card. Let's give it a shot. The Seething Song is back. That's probably going to be sideboard in case we find more storm stuff. Wow, we're just rolling and fixing here. Okay. Nobody wants Triomes this draft. That's surprising. Oh wow, it's Mox Pearl. I feel like I should act more excited when I open Power. Probably better for my YouTube engagement. But I've mentioned this before, but the fact of the matter is I'm not actually that excited to open Power. I would much rather look at all the rest of the cool cards in the pack and see which one makes my deck more interesting. But instead, I will draft this Mox Pearl because it's way better than all the rest of the cards. Alright, we can lean a little harder into Reanimator here with the Life Death. We don't have anything super meaningful to reanimate yet, and we also don't have any good ways to discard. Unless we want to go insane and Mind Twist ourselves, but that's probably not very good. I'm looking at Flame Tongue Kavu here, just a nice clean 2-for-1. It's a little expensive for a modern day Vintage Cube, but, you know, it's still a creature that kills a creature when it enters the battlefield. Dark Petition, Infernal Grasp. Fiery Confluence also really good. Still not a fetch land in sight for all of this fixing we've got. We could lean a little more controlling and take the removal spell. We could grab Ashen Rider for our Reanimate. I think I want to lean kind of like mid-rangey controlling here. Ooh, Beseech the Mirror and Luris of the Dream Den. We only lose a couple of cards by drafting this Lurrus, honestly. Gut also obviously crazy. I think Gut is the pick here. This is pretty late for Gut, I have to say. We've got a Reanimate and an Unearth for it as well. Yeah, this card's just nuts. Ooh, wow, and Ragavan. Holy crap. Alright, well, lane is open. We could take the Triome here, try and splash Collector's Cage, which is also a pretty busted Magic card. Would really love to see a fetch land, geez. I can't wait for the day that they decide to double up on fetch lands in this cube. I think we're approaching that, but my understanding is that there is still a rule for Magic Online cubes that they have to be singleton. We can try and wheel the Lurrus. That seems pretty unlikely. Goldspan is a payoff for Namesticker Goblin, perhaps. And just, honestly, a pretty good card. It also combos with Gut, because Gut does not target. So you can attack with Goldspan Dragon and turn the treasure into a 4/1, which is kind of nuts. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'll happily include Entomb and Reanimate in my deck. What was I saying about singleton breaks? Oh yeah, so when Cartographia was on Magic Online a couple years ago, I heard that John Terrell, the designer of that cube, had to fight pretty hard to get singleton breaks on lands. What if we splash Othari? I think we're basically there. Jamir's Garden, Mox Pearl. Yeah, this card is also just nuts. Winota. Winota doesn't really do anything in my deck right now. I don't have any humans to try and hit with that card. So I think it's going to be Ballista probably, but I don't think any of these cards really make the cut. We're not fast enough for Swift Spear. We're not white enough for Blade Hold. So I'm just going to sideboard this card and see how it goes. Wow. No way. I mean, I can't play it, so I'm one to talk, but that's nuts. I'm talking about Lurrus, if that wasn't clear. Alright, any red fetch land is just crazy for this deck. So I'll play this card. Archon of Cruelty is probably the best Entomb Reanimate card we can ask for. And honestly, there's not much else in this pack that I really want, besides maybe Restless Vents. So I'm just going to take the Archon. I think it's honestly plausible that we can cast this card as well. It's not the main game plan here, but we have more than one card in our deck that can make treasures. We can ramp into it with Namesticker Goblin. So yeah, it's here to be reanimated, but it's also not out of the question to just cast it sometimes. Oh, there's the Dark Ritual. Yeah, it's hard to pass up fast mana. I mean, there's a couple of other nuts cards in this pack. Generous Plunderer is among them. But I think we have to take the Ritual. This is also a crazy pack. Wow. So Elemental Eruption is really good with Namesticker Goblin. City of Traders, just, you know, fast mana is always going to be good. Inti is a discard outlet for our Reanimate, and also just an all-around really strong card. I'm pretty sure the pick is Inti here. It's quite possible that I should not be passing the City of Traders, but I do think that card is, at least in limited, a lot worse than Ancient Tomb. Of course, being worse than Ancient Tomb doesn't make it bad, but yeah, I think it's going to be Inti here. Animate dead. Yeah, we've kind of backdoored ourselves into red-black Reanimator here with the Inti and the Entomb. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. I should probably, wow. Now I really wish I had that, the Archon, the other Archon that I forget the name of, that exiles something when it ETBs or dies. Ashen Rider, there we go. Okay, is Exhume or Faithless Looting better here? It might be Faithless Looting. We've already got 2.5 Reanimator spells here. I'm going to take the looting. Our mana is going to end up a little inconsistent. I think this can help smooth out some of the bad draws, like if we find Othari and no white source or something like that. Oh, and there's Broadside Bombardiers. Wow. Yeah, red is just wide open at this table. I always find that surprising because I feel like the traditional knowledge about Moto Vintage Cube is you're just supposed to never pass cards like Gut and Broadside Bombardiers. But some people queue in and they just want to brew some crazy storm thing. Looks like we've hit 23 playables here, but I'm going to put Oliphant in a land slot. It's basically a fetch land. Wow. I can't even put the Solitude in my deck. That's a shame. So the pick here is between Marsh Flats and Grave Titan, and I think I want the Marsh Flats just to make my mana more consistent. Cards like Othari are just more powerful than Grave Titan, I think, in a vacuum, and so being able to cast the Othari is more important to me than having yet another good Reanimator target. Okay. So Flooded Strand, I gotta check my lands here. Flooded Strand gets all of my colors. Itali would be crazy in this deck. We can cast it off Name Sticker, or we can reanimate it. But I think Flooded Strand, again, is just more important. Our card quality is already very high. And the Restless Fence comes back. That's awesome. Love to see that. This is both fixing and also utility because it helps you. This one rummages when you attack with it, and so it's utility for your Reanimator deck as well. Love this land. Wow, the Plunderer comes back. I don't think we're a sneak attack deck, so I'm gonna grab the Plunderer. I guess Othari is cute with sneak attack, but I think Plunder is just a lot of raw power. This is going to be a sideboard card, but it might make the cut. I think Plateau is just better than a mountain. None of these cards are making the cut most likely. And last pick Tendrils. Okay, this is a cute little deck. Red-black aggro with a Reanimator kind of strategy. And then I think the white splash, it's probably going to end up looking like Othari and Collector's Cage. Let's see how that looks in deck building. So this is already 23 right here. I'm trying to decide if this is a Seething Song deck. It's really close to being a Seething Song deck for sure. If we bring in Elemental Eruption and Seething Song, and we cut like Flame Tongue Kavu, and maybe Arc Trail as a sideboard card. It's possible this song is not good enough. We already have the Goblin. Legion Extruder is cute, but I don't think it does enough here. I think the Collector's Cage is good enough, though. Let's see, we've got Cut Down, we've got Infernal Grasp, we've got Flame Tongue Kavu, we've got Broadside Bombardiers as far as removal goes, and Pyrokinesis. So I think the Arc Trail can be a sideboard card. I think that's fine. Is the Magda good enough? I think it is. Should we play Dark Ritual in a land slot? That'd be like 14 lands plus Oliphant plus Mox Pearl plus Dark Ritual. I think that's fine. Let's take a look here. So Dark Ritual, Mox Pearl. I'm going to go through all the lands one by one this time. Some of you probably noticed that I played a Temple Garden in my deck in the last video for no reason. Just, casual forest that deals 2 damage to you sometimes. So I'm going to try to avoid that this time. Ketria Triumph only makes 1 of our colors. Jetmir's Garden makes 2, so I am going to play that one. Parlor, and yeah, so this is 11. Plus we've got the Oliphant here. This is 12 out of our 17 lands. We get to play 5 basics, and that's probably going to be 3 swamps and 2 mountains by my estimation. I don't know what happened here. Okay. 3 swamps, 2 mountains, and that'll be 40. Alright, this one looks fun. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's head into match 1 here. Alright, we're against Futile Effort over there. And it looks like their efforts to win the die roll have not been futile, unfortunately. Let's see. This is not much of anything, honestly. On turn 4, we get to make 2 4/4s. It's like, fine. I think this is a mulligan. Our average hand has got to be way better than this. Yeah, there we go. We can even put this parlor away and then fetch for it. Kind of sick. I think we're going to lead on Restless Vents. Unless opponent, plays a, Mana Dork. You just straight up cut down the Mana Dork main phase? I think so. Basically Stone Rain when you think about it. The fact that they Yeah, they're definitely red. It's just like cutting them off of turn 2 gut or some. Okay, here's turn 2 gut anyway, huh? Neshoba Brawler. Okay, well, cut down would not have killed that thing, so it's cool. What do we get to Entomb for here? Not much of anything, honestly. I think it's going to be Flooded Strand pass, and then we'll just Entomb for a Reanimator target end step, and just make our draws a little bit better. I think we want to Entomb before we fetch for the Surveil land, because that makes the Surveil land better at fixing our draws. Of course, Entomb shuffles. Jeez. Alright, they're just the domain deck over there. See what they got. Alright, let's grab the Archon. And then we're going to go ahead and Surveil one. Generous Plunderer. Do we want this card? I don't think so. We'll graveyard that. Okay. Make this guy. I think we're pretty far behind here. But there are a lot of draws that just crack this wide open. Of course, there are probably plenty from opponent too. They might just Minsk and Boomy. Ooh, or their own Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, that's really bad. Part of me is thinking we should have been using Cut Down on something more valuable than a Mana Dork, but they haven't presented a single other creature that actually dies to Cut Down yet. Okay. We cannot cast Elemental Eruption with this Dark Ritual. But we can cast Goldspan Dragon, I guess. And then what, we're just going to block with it? That feels pretty bad. But it's what we got. I don't really like our chances here, but Archon of Cruelty could still dig us out of this if we draw exactly Animated. Any removal spell kills us, of course. Almost a removal spell. Removal spell next turn. But not one that kills Goldspan Dragon anyway. Punished for attacking with my Magda. Yeah, I'm just actual dead here. Right? I'm not missing anything. 7. Block here, still 7. Yeah. Brutal. Okay, is this an Arc Trail matchup? I think it is. Is this a Legion Extruder matchup? Possibly. I think we want to just go up on removal. They've got a lot of creatures. Eruption is a little too cute here. And what's our last cut? Could be Generous Plunderer. I think they're faster than we are, so dealing them the damage is not super relevant, and giving them the treasures is potentially more dangerous than normal. I don't know if that's correct. I don't have any good heuristics for the card Generous Plunderer yet, I have to say. Okay, this looks like a messed up Mind Twist hand to me. We can go turn 3 Name Sticker Mind Twist. That should be enough to do it, I hope. Hello? Oh. Yeah, we can leave that on top. Kill their early thing, and then, yeah, turn 3 Mind Twist. I don't think we want to play this Mox Pearl. We didn't see black out of them, I think. I guess we saw all 5 colors out of them, but I would rather play this on turn 3, I think. Alright, show me creature. Oh, that's not a creature. That's really bad. Well, might not be that bad, honestly. It says target creature, right? Yeah. Because they can't really turn... I mean, they can turn their food token into a 3/3. And then I can Flame Tongue it. I think we might be able to beat this Oko. We'll see. I rolled a 14, which gave me 5 mana. So that's enough to shred their whole hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully we just race this Oko with our cards. X is currently 5. Done. Not too shabby. They drew a land. That's cool. They get to make a 3/3. They get to attack us. That's fine. I think we play this out. Probably. We don't have any time to cycle it over the next 2 turns. So probably worth playing it, I think. We have enough removal spells to kind of contend the Oko. But they only get a 1/3/3 every other turn. I guess they can turn their Mox into a 3/3 if they want. I'm going to play this, and I'm going to Kavu their creature. Target food token. think we're really pressuring the Oko at this point. We've got 6 power on the battlefield. They can make a food token. If they make a 3/3, we get to kill their 3/3 and kill the Oko. They surveilled to the graveyard, which is good. They made a food. So they have a different blocker? Simian Spirit Guide. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just kill that thing. I also think I'm gonna blitz in the Tenacious Underdog. It's a bunch of life, but it kills the Oko. Attack Oko, and attack face. And now I think we're really far ahead. Oh yeah, another removal spell. Oh, do they have protection from instants up? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oof, okay. That's rough, but we can still beat it. Hex Drinker. What a miserable magic card. Let's see. I think we faithlessly loot, probably. Like this, and then we can Tenacious Underdog. Are we winning the race if we do that? Attack with all the creatures. If they block the 2/2, they take 7 down to 10. Attack us from 13 down to 7. Sorry, from 11 down to 5. I think we blitz the Underdog here. We get another card out of it. In that case, I probably should have held up Cut Down instead of keeping this Magda, but live and you learn. Yeah, I'm gonna attack with everything here, and their blocks kind of suck, honestly. Oh, interesting. That's a weird block. I'll take it, though. One, 2, 6, 7, 8. So I have them exactly dead if they attack with the Hex Drinker and they have nothing. They also have to spend, a bunch of... Oh, they need to have a land, actually, to get it all the way up to 8. Okay, this thing. I don't know any of the words on this card. Indestructible till end of turn, lifelink. Oh, jeez, okay. That's really bad. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So what do? They've got mana up to put a +1/+1 counter and a lifelink counter on their creatures. We could Underdog. Try to find a land and Arc on them next turn. If we Archon and we get in, this is 6, 8. That kills us on the backswing. Or sorry, if we Underdog and then attack with everything. That's no good. It says 9-2. Could Faithless Looting, which maybe gets us an Archon now. we find any reanimation spell. I think the underdog is a little bit better. The attacks are bad, like no matter what. I just have no attacks this turn, so I'd basically be spending 4 mana and 2 life to draw a card. Which I guess means I can also cast the Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting cannot make my hand any worse. I can just keep the Archon if I don't find a reanimation spell. Okay. Let's go like this. That still leaves up enough black. Okay. We're going to Faithlessly Loot. We hit Unearth, which can get Underdog. We also hit Ragavan. I think we're supposed to keep the Archon, flashback the Underdog, draw a card. Then we have 2 hits on a land to cast the Archon, which I think ought to win us the game. Maybe not, but yeah, we're going to discard these 2 cards. We're going to cast this guy for his Blitz cost. We're still taking 7 next turn. Potentially. And then we'll just take our card. Yeah, brutal. Arwen is a pretty messed up card. Tapped land. Okay, not what we wanted here. Okay, they're going to do the thing now. So their thing no longer has indestructible. They don't have enough mana to put all the counters on it unless they draw an untapped source here. Oh, they're just going for it. Okay, we can trade now? They have to have something, right? I'm going to put all my blockers in front of it. This way, no, because then if they remove the Kavu, I get blown out. So probably better off to just double block. Ooh, okay. That's really good for us. Okay. Untapped source. Not quite. Attack with the Magda just to cycle? I think that's pretty bad. Nothing has protection anymore. Kavu... Kavu doesn't have any kind of evasion. Potentially Kavu can exile the Underdog. Do we want to cash that in for 1 more card? We could Inti Underdog. I think it's no attacks again. I think it's Inti Underdog, no attacks. Just keep cashing in life for cards here. Definitely want to do this, and then I think we definitely want to cast the Inti. Now, do we want to pay 2 life to draw a card? I think we do. There's probably going to be a trump block unless they attack with both things. Wow, this is a hard game. Sorry if I'm playing slow here, but there's a lot of decisions going on. No attacks again. And next turn we get to Archon. Just like elbow tap. See what we got here. Okay. They want to gain 3 life. That's fine. So if they swing out, we go to 2 and kill their Arwen, and then kill their Kavu with Archon, and go back up to 5, which I think is good. If they attack with just Kavu, we can block with Magda. I feel favored here. If they find a removal spell or just lightning bolt or something, we're super dead. But ooh, okay, they don't have it. Oh, they do have it? Ooh, okay. They might not have it, but they may have decided that this is still a good attack. Yep, okay. Exiled the underdog, that's fine. Declare attackers. Move to blocks. We're going to block like this. We're going to trade the Inti for the Arwen. And then we're going to get them with Archon, I hope. The fact that they didn't play anything is scary to me. They could have some kind of counterspell. But we'll see. Just going to have to throw it onto the stack and pray. Let's go. Oh, that's just a trigger on the... Oh, yeah, it resolved. Okay. Yeah. Got a treasure. Okay, we draw a card, we gain 3 life. That's crazy. That's really good. Okay. Attack. We might get away with this. What was their card? Oh my god, it was Fury. Okay. I think we hang on to this mountain. We have a Restless Vents in play, so it's valuable in our hand. Goldspan Dragon is just a really good play next turn. Life total is tenuous, but if we can get another attack in, we are doing something. Okay. Alright, we get to block. Opponent becomes the Monarch. This is quite the game. Alright, I guess maybe they had like Lightning Bolt or something. I don't know what they were drawing into because they had no mana left. But maybe they were hoping I would mess up the blocks and they have Gut Shot or something like that. Okay. Arc Trail continues to feel good here. So does Legion Extruder. I think we want these little removal spells against this kind of deck. It's just like Naya attacking creatures. Alright, now we have to win on the draw against the attacking deck. Also way behind on time, gotta keep an eye on that. That last game was a little brain burny, gotta say. Okay, we can make a turn to Broadside Bombardiers or something. Hanging on to the ritual might be relevant. I like starting off with the Broadside because the Gut is actually better in the long term and combos with the Goldspan Dragon. If they have some kind of interaction, I'd rather them use it on the Broadside, even though the ceiling on that card is way higher. Yep, the Brawler's back. Okay. That might be instead a turn 3 Othari. Lifelink sounds powerful against this opponent. If we fetch our Elegant Parlor, then we can go Swamp Othari next turn. I really don't feel like Othari needed lifelink, if I'm being honest. I feel like this card is already really cracked. But in this particular situation, I'm glad that it has a Spirit Guide for Minskenboo. Is that what we're looking at here? Oh, 4th Erlingus. Okay, it's pretty good. They're going to get me for 7 down to 13. And then I'm going to fetch... Yeah, I guess I'll fetch now. I don't know what they could have, but... Unearthed. Is Unearthed good here? I think so. I'll keep this. This lets me continue deploying blockers. I think I'm successfully racing what they're doing over there now, but we'll see what they continue to commit to the board. Broadside plus the Rebel tokens is going to be super relevant here. Oh, Winds of Abandon. Okay. So I get 2 basics here. Oh no, they didn't overload it. It's just the Othari. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Animate Dead doesn't really do anything here. Goldspan Dragon. Let's see. So they have 4. They have exactly 9 on the backswing here. So I can attack with just Goldspan. And then block. Interesting. I could block with Goldspan. Maybe that's the line. Just slam Goldspan Dragon and pass. Next turn I can try and broadside some of their stuff. Okay, I don't hate that. Let me give that a try. Goldspan Dragon on blocks. I'll happily block both of the knights if they all out swing. I think I'm supposed to trade the brawler for the dragon, if that's what happens here. Oh, they're just ripping bangers. Oh my god. Alright, their own Goldspan Dragon. So this is going to be block Goldspan, block 2/2, take 7. Alright. I don't feel good about this. Oh, Name Sticker Goblin. So I can play this, and if I high roll, I get to cast, well, a whole bunch of stuff, honestly. Alright, let's see what we're working with first. This should be the appropriate mana to potentially cast all of my spells. Yeah. 17. Not bad. Here's my gut. Here's my Broadside Bombardiers. And here is my Animate Dead. we just block? We could also attack with Broadside and sacrifice something to kill something. Kill the Neshoba Brawler with the Name Sticker Goblin. That saves me a little bit of damage. I don't think this Flooded Strand is really doing anything here. Okay, I think we attack with the Broadside and sack the Name Sticker Goblin to kill. Do we? Okay, let's see. This is 5 damage, and I can sack this for 7. I can attack and turn this into a 4. God, okay. 1, 2, 5, plus 4 damage off the gut is 9. And then sack the Goldspan for lethal. I hope I did that right. I want to put this onto the stack on the bottom. Is that how I do this? Okay. Stumbling through this a little bit, but here's my 4-1. And then that should be lethal with the Goldspan. Let's reread this card just to make sure. Permanence mana value, yep. Choose any target and sacrifice this. Alright, a tight one. Nice, alright. I'm sure there's a handful of you that were screaming through your screens, seeing lethal far before I did, but yeah, that was crazy. We actually had to hit the high roll on the name sticker to make that line work. To be able to put the gut and the put the gut and the Broadside onto the battlefield, and then also animate dead. Wow. All right. Cool. All right. Playing against Andy South Carolina Wilson, perhaps. I do know someone named Andy Wilson, but I don't think it is likely that this is the same person. Alright, I think this hand is pretty good. We get to Oliphant. We can maybe even Oliphant for a tap land if we want. We can lean on Swamp to increase our chances of drawing a land a little bit. And yeah, this is not too bad. Keep this. Lands and spells, as they say. Opponent went down to 6, so that's good. Oh, because I have a Pyrokinesis. Yeah, I guess so. I can technically just cast this. 0 target creatures if I want. We could fire off the Faithless Looting now, or we could wait until we hit something that's worth doing. I think we're in a Marsh Flats for our Surveil land. We do have one of those, right? I'm not going crazy. All the cube drafts blend together. I'm like pretty sure there's an Elegant Parlor in this deck. Yeah. Oh, we even have a Raucous Theater. Wow, this mana base is way better than I thought it was. I don't always play all of these matches all at once, and in this particular case, I left after match 1 to go play a different match of a different cube, and then came back to this deck. So I'm sorry if I mix some of the decks together. Ragavan seems really good. We can even just Pyrokinesis Ragavan next turn. I think that's probably worth it. Like, we can just dash it in. think I'm going to get rid of the Faithless Looting. We hit Forest. Yep. That sure blocks Ragavan. I think next turn we just run out Ragavan Magda, and then we Goldspan one turn ahead of schedule. Okay, there's an Entomb. I will happily trade with this Goldvein Hydra if they give me the opportunity, but I don't think they want Ragavan to connect. Not quite on that land. We can Oliphant. And that's like fine, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to do that now so that I can surveil. And I think I'm going to start off with the Goldspan instead of the Othari, just because that makes more, like it replaces the treasure that we spent to make the Goldspan. So that lets us, over the course of the next 2 turns, still cast a 5-drop even if we draw 0 lands. And graveyard this. It's kind of like cycling it. What do you got over there, opponent? Besides priority, that is. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. They don't have reach or anything. So I do get to kill it, which is really important here. And I am going to go digging for that Archon, just in case. Oh, would you look at that? We can just do it all. The second black doesn't matter. I mean, we can have it for free, so in case we draw, I don't know. Oh yeah, that is a crime. Sick. Okay. I guess I said that last match. I'm gonna forget that Archon is a crime every time. Alright, opponent is clearly green ramp of some kind. That does make me want the Arc Trail, probably, for Mana Dorks. The Extruder is probably fine. The important thing here is big removal, probably. I don't know that we're going to outgrind with something like Collector's Cage, if opponent's just going to slam broken 5-drop, broken 6-drop kind of thing. Okay, let's try it like this. This looks fine. It's a pretty good hand. This is just like all of the best red spells in the entire cube right here. Ragavan into Inti into Gut. Cool 1-drop. Here's my 1-drop. Alright, let's see Arc Trail. Oh, damn. Never mind. I mean, Arc Trail would still be good, but... yeah, I think this is going to be Plunderer. Getting to discard the Archon with Inti is pretty messed up. Yeah, okay. Neat. I am going to make the treasure. Why is this still here? Oh, a reflexive trigger. Okay, I should always yield to that as well. Okay, I'm going to do this like this. Inti, we're going to spend white mana on this spell. Or, like, rather, we're going to... Yeah, that's fine. Attack like this. Always yield to this one. Always yield to this one. Discard this card. Jeez, this is so many triggers. Lost the Broadside. Bummer. Alright, they sure have a lot of dorks. think I'm going to make no treasure token this time. And I'm going to sack my treasure to gut. Yeah. I'm a little worried about how much mana they have over there at this point. Okay. We could just cast the Goldspan Dragon. It's not too shabby. Okay. Yep, pretty good. Oh, they have gut too. Broken. Okay, cut down kills gut. I think I attack with Inti and put a counter, so I have to trade with the Flame Tongue Kavu. Oh, but I also need to discard a card to do that. Can't cast all of my spells and also discard a card. I'm just dead on the backswing if I do that. Yeah, definitely. I have to cast gut and then pass. That feels pretty bad, but that's what we've got. Oh, I guess I should cast this cut down in my turn. Want to do that before attacks for sure. Would have been better to do that in the beginning of combat step on my opponent's turn, but I frankly do not trust myself to successfully do that using Magic Online. So let's see. Block, block, take 7. Yeah, that's a good one. This kills me. I cannot block enough damage to not die here. This has trample too, geez. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's Xaxes. Alright. Get to be on the play this time. Still haven't seen my Mox Pearl in any of these games, I believe. So, now that I've seen Gut, I think I want the Legion Extruder. Magda blocks for sure, but blocking is so bad against Gut. This card is too slow against this opponent. I thought they were more of a ramp deck, but now I see that they are using their mana dorks for a tempo advantage and not to try and cast Craterhoof Behemoth, I think. Aha. See, all you have to do is ask for it. Do we want to dash the Ragavan in on turn 1? I think we do. We could also just cast the Ragavan and hope for no removal. But I think ramping with it is really strong. Got a mountain, and we'll pass. Let's go again. Interaction. No. Forest. Okay. I am gonna commit the underdog. And then we are good to go. One. Yeah, that blocks Ragavan, that's for sure. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Fair enough. Starting to think this Ragavan card is kind of good. Show me 4 toughness creature. Yeah, that counts. Sick. Alright, undefeated so far. Let's get back in there. See, dash is actually an upside on Ragavan because then you can pitch it to Pyrokinesis. Little known fact. That's why you have to pay 2 mana for it instead of 1. Uh-oh. Playing against the man himself. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Chris Wolf is the designer of this cube and often the trophy leader. So he's going to give us a run for our money, that's for sure. Hopefully Ragavan can get the job done again. Oops. Jeez. And here I thought I had a chance. Not too bad. What do we want to be my ring bearer? I actually have almost no idea what ring bearers do. I think it gives Skulk, right? So, yeah, I'll choose Ragavan. Yeah, my ring bearer is legendary and has functional Skulk. Okay, Thraben Inspector still blocks it, unfortunately. Holy. Alright. Unsurprisingly, Chris's deck is really good. Okay. Entomb Unearth. Is there anything I can Entomb Unearth for? I guess I can search my library for a land to find out. Anything that I can get that kills Thraben Inspector. I could also try to name sticker into Goldspan Dragon. Alright, let's see what's in my deck first. That's probably useful. So, Plunderer, Gut, Inti, Magda, Broadside. Broadside can kill the creature if I throw my Samwise at the Thraben. Okay. Entomb Unearth. Okay. Mountain. Okay, gonna cast the Faithless Looting now. Gut is a really good draw here. I'm gonna pitch Name Sticker Swamp, I think. Mana is not really my gate right now. And pass turn. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Wow. Well, I'm gonna keep smacking. The lifelink is not helping. But that's what I got. That's 8. Not quite enough. I'm one damage off, yeah. Can't cast this Adeline. Oh, and I can put him to 1. Alright, I just gotta hope there's no, like, 4th Aerlingus in his hand or something. Not missing anything, right? No. Alright. Here you go. I'm taking 9 on board. I'm dead on the backswing. Taking 10 on board with the Skull Clamp. Oh my god. Is that lethal? No, that's 1 short. That's 1 short. We were both 1 short, and now I'm going to get to kill him on the crackback for winning the die roll. Oh, okay. Can't block. Okay. 8. Oh, it was exactly... I did my math wrong? Oh. Yeah, I did my math wrong. I forgot that, forgot he could sack something besides the, Rebel token, I think. What got sacked? A treasure? Oh, a clue. Yeah, okay. Wow, crazy game. Alright. Just gotta win the next 2, I guess. Once again, bringing in Arc Trail and Legion Extruder. Starting to feel like I shouldn't have been sideboarding these cards at all. Gonna bring out the Elemental Eruption again, and... not sure from here. Probably the Cage. This is a really fast matchup. I would love to play first. Magic Online, thanks for asking. I think this hand is good enough. We can smooth it out with Faithless Looting and even Elegant Parlor. It's got removal spell. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Into my graveyard. Okay, Oh, I just realized I'm not sure if this Flooded Strand gets black mana. It gets tapped black mana, but I don't think it gets untapped black mana. Alright. That might be important. Yeah, there's another runes. Get rid of that. Ooh, okay. Nothing on 2. That's really good. There's the Saga. Pretty strong. And the Splicer. Okay. Gonna get this Savai Triome. Now I can Goldspan. Oh. Brutal. Alright, gotta win without Archon. I can start turning my treasures into 3/3s, but that's not going to outrace this Urza Saga. Yeah. Alright. No land drop over there? That would be good for me. Show me no land drop. Okay, that's totally fine. Oh, I could have sacked my treasures to kill the golem, but I don't know if that's actually good. Target Inti. And okay. I'm going to end step make a golem here, and then I'm going to give it +1/+1 and whatnot. Okay, so you get another 3/3 if you want it. If you want to spend your turn doing that. You also get a Mox. Okay, so you can make a 4-drop. Oh, you want the clamp. Okay. Understandable. Yeah. Wow. Okie doke. Now I can give my golems first strike, which is pretty messed up. I am, in fact, going to do that. Now I have another first strike 3/3 in the end step. But opponent just has a million cards in hand. Okay. If I can make a 3/3 and then untap and then Goldspan Dragon, that's really good. They want the treasure token. Yeah, you get a treasure token. I'm gonna block. They must have something really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Delayed blast fireball. Yeah, it's pretty good. So we trade here. Make another golem. Show me reanimate or land. Ugh, the wrong kind of land. We can loot into reanimate. I think faithless looting is fine here if we're not going to be able to cast the Goldspan Dragon. Because Oliphant doesn't really get us anywhere. So I'm just going to flash back the looting pre-combat because reanimate is a crazy out right here. Oh, Mind Twist is, or Pyrokinesis is pretty good too. Opponent has 3 cards in hand though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pitch cast the Pyrokinesis here. Let's discard this and this. We're gonna cast this. We're gonna exile this card. And we are going to attack for 6. I am hellbent, and opponent is dead on board, so just gonna have to see what happens. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. They currently can't cast the back, but it only takes 1 land. Yeah, okay, there it is. Ooh, all right. We may be falling behind here. What do we have that deals direct damage to face? I guess hasty flying creatures, also good. Reanimate for Flame Tongue Kabu. Not bad, not bad. That's a really good draw, actually. Take your 2 cards. Put you to 1. Now Arc Trail is live. Got a lot of live draws. A lot of live draws. Okay, that's a crazy draw. I cannot believe how good his deck is. Just like every imaginable red-white card you would want. Oh, that's so bad. It makes a thing. So we attack out, trade block. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I just remembered that you can sack the golems to make new golems, and I'm unsure if that was relevant at any point in this game, but I imagine it almost definitely was. So I'm going to definitely keep that in mind in the future. I could have done that on the delayed blast fireball turn. Yeah, that might have won me the game. Okay. Okay. 2 blockers it is. Next turn, another blocker for free when the Fable flips. Wow, what a tight game. Now I feel really bad about that misplay. I'm going to have to go back and see how important that would have been. Yep. That's enough, right? I think that's enough. All right. Going into game 3 of the finals against the designer of the cube himself. This is pretty dramatic. I feel good about this build. Yeah, just gonna run it back. All right, I am on the draw. This hand is fine, but it's not that good. And I wonder if I should chase something better. Raucous Theater should smooth it out. Generous Plunderer is a really good 2-drop. Alright, I'm going to keep it. High stakes magic over here. Please don't mox me. Please don't mox me. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, right on top. There's the mox. Oh my god. I might be dead. Yeah. It's pretty good. Next turn I can go Inti and Magda, I guess. Does this target? Target opponent, yeah. Oh my god. Just the complete nuts. Winota too, yeah. I just cannot believe how good this deck is. This is one of the best vintage cube decks I've ever seen. I literally think if you just chose 23 spells to build the optimal red-white deck. Out of the entire cube, it would look pretty close to this. Just dead. Wow. Yep, the absolute nuts. Good games, my friend. Alright, a slightly disappointing finish there, but of all the people I could choose to lose to, it does not get much better than that, so yeah. We'll see you next time, I guess. This cube is up for another 2 weeks, so I'm gonna keep recording, I'm gonna keep posting, and yeah, we'll just see where it goes. Until next time.